Hey y'all, it's Melissa. Welcome to MessyMissy Creates. I have a lot of stuff on my desk. Right now I just want to show you. And then I want to make, if you've been here a while, you know that I usually make some tags and pockets, usually a little earlier in the month, for my current journal. And I have not done that yet for this journal because I'm struggling a little bit with not the colors, the pattern combinations. But I'll show you that in a minute. Anyway, Carrie and I did a live on Sunday. If you missed it, we made some snippet. They're not really rolls. This one could be a roll. This one's like 26 inches long. This one was Christmas themed, which if you've seen my journal, you know my December journal is not predominantly green and red, but there are a couple pages that are. This is more likely to match my journal this month. But anyway, I'm going to set these to the side. I don't know. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to make... I could make 2 pockets out of this. And I could make, I think, 4 pockets out of this one. If I decide to do that. Or they could be just page embellishments. Or I could even cut them down halfway, like the middle. And do them as borders or whatever. So... I'm going to set those to the side. We'll deal with those later. I also have these are the offcuts from when I made the journal. I have those to my side. Those are good pockets. This is the masterboard. I finished it. I didn't finish it on the live, but I came back and finished it. And I wondered if I should have Mod Podged over it, but Mod Podge and Florida don't mix. And I did go back and add some black and off-white tissue paper and some gold polka dots and some gold polka dots. And anyway, I like the way that turned out. We might cut that up today to use for some tags. Again, whether or not they go in this month's journal or next month's journal or the next month, I don't know. I was doing random, y'all. I did it. And nobody got injured in the process. So yesterday, I had another paper dyeing session, and I love all these colors. I was just going to do a real quick session, and then I was going to dye a couple papers and then make the video yesterday, and this took me 3 hours. Okay, so if you saw my Rit dye haul a while back, I got cherry red. I think this is cherry red or very red. Cherry red. I don't know. Anyway, I can't read it from here. So it almost is like a hot pink, but that's okay. And then I mixed in some a wine color. And I got this little bit darker. It still is kind of a deep fuchsia color. I don't know. If nothing else, I'll use it for February. Then I did a little more wine, and I added in some of the tangerine, and I made this interesting kind of, I wanted sort of an orangey red, like to go with the baubles in my paper. And then I needed some teal. That one I forgot to clean off the pan before I switched colors. So that one got a little bit of the red on the reddish pink on the back, but that's okay. It's pretty that way. And then some of them are a little darker because they sat in there a little longer, which is fine because the darker ones will match my journal better. And then I did some gold and I did some green. And so, anyway, so I've got those. Then while I had the colors out, I didn't do the pink. I wish I had thought about this before but by this time I had already added the orange. But look, it matches. This is just regular. It was vintage seam binding, but it is cotton. It's not silk, so it didn't get all crinkly and fun. But I still thought it might be fun to play with, and I had it, and it was off-white, and I didn't know what else I was going to do with it. I was hoping that was going to be a little bit brighter yellow. I did lose some in the rinsing process. Just did it by hand and hung it out over a line outside at night. Last night and then this morning, and it dried. But so hopefully we'll be able to use those for tags. This is still a piece of paper that I have had from a couple journals back. I printed off a couple of one-sided papers that I thought I might could use for tags. Kind of the smallest print, the least busy. Well, this one's busy, but I don't know. I thought these were the most likely to match more pages on my journal or not clash with them. I'm not trying to match them. I'm trying to not clash. There is a big difference. So we'll cut those down, and then I did some of these. I had bought this buffalo check off of Etsy, and I have, this gold. I have the gold sweater, because I know there's a lot of gold in my papers. This is the orange sweater. It's not much darker than the gold. Here's the teal sweater. This is back from the fall. I had bought this. This is a digital kit off Etsy. And then these two plaids too. This, I don't know if it's going to match, but it might match good enough, right? And then I think this will match. So with all of this, we're going to make some tags. And I'm using my journal as, I also dyed a couple more index cards. So I've got a kind of a hot pink, a green, a teal, and in the large one, and then a red and a dark teal in the small ones. So I'm going to set those to the side. These make perfect, like, instant tags. And I love that this got kind of spilt on that. So, and then I need to do a journaling video. But see, right off the bat, my next day, I'm behind y'all. And I'm hoping to do a journal with me video right after this. But see, my pages, I have more. This one has 3 prints. This was not, out of all my pages, this was going to be my least favorite because it has these retro colors, and then I mixed the red and green in with it. So I don't know that I will try to incorporate a pocket here. If I do, I very well might just use the same pattern so that you can't tell that I've added a new pattern, or I'll use a solid color. I do have a pack of solid color 12x12 cardstock sitting at my feet just in case I need it. Okay, that green doesn't quite match that green. That pink doesn't match. I don't know, we'll figure it out. But I wanted some of the grid paper so that I could do some of the hidden journaling. I don't know if y'all watched that video or not, but it's where I take some of the dyed papers. And I really wish that I had done this before I made my journal. And that would have made things a little bit easier, and I did not do that. I want to see how close this red is okay with the red and green. The green is good with the green. The gold will match almost any page, because almost any page has the gold on it, except for the red and green pages. This one is going to have the blue and red Santas, so I could do a red on that one, or maybe even the teal, or this lighter blue. I don't know. But anyway, these don't have to match perfectly because they're going to be on the backs of the tags. If you saw that video, it's where I make the tag and then I tri-fold the paper behind it. You'll see in just a minute. So I was just kind of getting an idea. Okay, for example, this page. This was the only one that I did this way. But I could always put the pocket over here, and I might not even need a pocket. I might need to make some journaling cards. That might be what I need to do. But let me look through here and see if there's anything that would look, well, I mean, okay, right off the bat, I could do this over here, and that would tie in. I'd probably do that half with the house. So let's do that while we're here. I don't know what day it is, what day this will fall on, but I do know that it will be, I will more than likely need a pocket or some sort of writing space. So I'm just going to cut these down to 6 inches. Actually, I'm going to do a little shy of 6. I don't want it any smaller than 5.5. 6 almost cuts into this house, but, well, we're going to do 6. We're going to keep them even. And then we're going to plan on a pocket going here. I'm going to set that one off to the side. It has a background too. That's kind of a caroler. So I'm going to tuck this one in here. And then we're going to find something that would look good. That's going to be difficult. We're going to find something, one of these papers, that would look okay as a tag on this page. Well, that's kind of a coral, blue, whoops. This wouldn't look bad because it's got that red in the house. How bad does that look? I don't know. I haven't tried this yet with the gingham patterns. I was just going to experiment with it because I thought, you know, sometimes I look at things that have a small print and I look at them as a solid, not necessarily a pattern. I'm trying to find, I just had the green sweater, didn't I? Or, well, somewhere I had a green sweater. Paper. Well, I don't know. It got away from me, I guess. Maybe I didn't already have it in this pocket, but let's see. What about... No. That's not horrible, but it's not great. Let's see what we think about our... I really don't think that's going to match. I mean, I don't know, maybe if I cut it down. But I have, let's try some solids. I have this pack of paper that has all these colors in it. I probably picked the hardest one to start with. So let's do that one as it inspires us along the way, maybe. I'm just going to leave that in there. And this, to me, isn't horrible. As a matter of fact, I may go ahead and cut down some tags. I probably want to do... I usually do like 4x8 or something like that. But I'm thinking I want to keep them smaller and do 4x6 so that more of the page shows. And then also, you can get more out of these pages. Let's be brave. Let's be brave for just a second. And let's pretend that this one matches. Okay, so I cut it in half. So I have a 6-inch strip. And this should give us, if I cut it at 4, this should give us 6 tags out of this one piece of paper. Okay, I'm not going to cut all of it right this second though. But that pulls out the color in the house, I think. So we're going to go with that. And what I want to do, I want to use, oh y'all, hey, guess what? I leveled up with Amazon from a Amazon associate to an Amazon influencer. And now I got my storefront. So instead of having to list those long list of links, you know, individually, I can just link my storefront and you can shop it or not. But if you click on it, it helps my channel. Okay, this day is the 7th, meaning this is the 8th, and it actually says 8 right here. So I'm going to put the pocket, I'm not going to put the pocket over, well, I'm not going to put the pocket on right now anyway. All I want it to do is make the tags. So I'd like to use, That's very tiny. I'd like for this page a little bit darker green. And I do have a rickrack in the darker green. I also have some Christmas greens, which don't match. This darker green does, though. Let's see. I mean, it does well enough. It matches good enough. So I think all I want to do is, I'm just going to staple it on. I'm going to cut it like right here. And yeah, I gave a second thought to punching out some of my, like punching out a tab from this. But I don't think I dare introduce anything else into this. What do you think? I mean, it's festive, but I kind of like just the green right there too. I've got my fabric scissors. Let's stick with this so I can make more than one on this video. That would be nice. My goal is to make several, so I'm hoping that works out. Now, I could have used this red, but we've already cut this green. We're going to use it, and we're going to be happy with it. I want to staple this on like this. Well, I'm going to trim up this little frayed edge. Although I don't know why, because I kind of like it. But just because. It'll probably fray a little bit more in the process. I'm going to use my... Oh, that's what I need to add to my list, is the stapler. This is what I call Tiny Tim. The stapler from Tim Holtz. The tiny attacher. And then I would like to put something over that. For example, probably not any of these. These are too cutesy to go on this page, I think. Maybe the Merry Christmas isn't bad. No, let's don't introduce anything else. I'll find a button or something. What about, looking at my stickers, I have a little poinsettia. That's kind of cute. I don't know if that's going to be big enough, but it sure is pretty. It's shiny and sparkly. But I want to also do the hidden journaling behind it. So that one's missing a leaf. So let's see if we can get that one to stay. If not, I will encourage it with some Fabri-Tac. Things can always be encouraged to stay on with the right tools or the right glue or a hammer and some nails and a stapler. Okay, so here's what I want to do on the back. So as of right now, you have this writing space, and that's okay, but there's not any good writing space on the rest of it. So what I want to do is I want to take probably my I don't want the pink. The pink doesn't match. Let's go green, because I don't have a lot of the red. That's a little bit orangier red than this. I think I'm going to take the green. And let me see if I can find one that's already torn or tattered or whatever, because I did tear some of these getting them out. Yeah, this one's torn. I mean, not that it matters, but I want to measure from like right here. So I want about, let's just do 4 inches. And we're going to cut a strip about, what is this? 3.5 inches wide. So what would that be? Multiplied by 3 would be 9, 10.5. And lo and behold, let's see, what is this? This way. It's 9.5. That might be close enough. So we'll cut a, what'd I say? A 3.5 inch strip. Let's try that before we cut it lengthwise. And I just set my trimmer down and buried it. So let's do this. I'm looking for 3.5. I think I'm gonna cut off this little strip right here. Actually, no, I am, but I'm gonna cut it bigger because I can still use that. I'm gonna cut it at 3.5, which is what I'm gonna cut this one, the one I'm putting on the tag as well. But see, I can still use that for like a writing spot, even though it has a little tear in the corner. So let me put that in my to use pile. Now I want to cut off the little round edges too. So I want 3.5, and I'm hoping it's not right at the, oh, it's right before it. Okay, good. Now, I don't have to do this on all of the tags, but just in case you missed that video, I figured you might want to see this because this gives you some extra writing space. So what you can do is you can glue it all the way down, or since this is dyed on, well, it's dyed on both sides. I had some that was it only got dyed on one side because it stuck to another page. But you can glue like a little strip of this down and then fold it like here. Well, why is that not straight? I don't know, but it's not. And then you can fold it back in. It doesn't have to be straight or perfectly straight. Doesn't have to be any of those things. Because, and if you really wanted to, you could glue the small side down. That doesn't fit. Okay, so I'm going to use my art glitter glue just for the mere fact that I want some precision and not, although it may stick, it may, you might be able to see it through the paper is what I was trying to say. And of course we could have done this a little taller. We had plenty of room to do like a 4 inch or 4.5 inch. So you do you. I'm not anticipating on having a whole lot of things to say. But see, this way, by only gluing down part of it, let me let that glue dry before I yank on it. Then you can write on this part too. Here we go. So you can write on this, the back and the front. And so I like it because once you stick it in here, then you have some hidden journaling. Or just journaling, period. Okay, so I'm going to paper clip these two together. We have a pocket. Oh, wait. Should I clip out the little... Nope. I'm not sure what I did with my little hole punch. So I have corner rounders galore, but I don't have... Anyway, I'm going to put this together, paper clip it, and then I'm going to put it on this day because I know I made it specifically for that day. Now, this one is not going to be as hard. This one's going to be really hard. So let's just make, let's use, I think I have some of this or this paper, or we may want to use some of this, like this piece over here. And we might not need a, oh, you know what? We might not need a pocket because we'll have a flip or a tuck right here. Yeah. We might not need that. So, but I do have, these are double-sided. So, see, I have like these Santa Clauses right here. These just aren't, these are only 3-inch strips. Otherwise, I'd use them for tag. And you can use them for tags. They're oriented the wrong way to use for a tag. I mean, this one wouldn't matter. This one wouldn't matter, I don't think. But see, the rest of them would. The lights wouldn't matter. So, for example, if I did a pocket over here, I'm at least not introducing a new pattern. And then I would do a solid gold or green or red or blue, turquoise or whatever. But we're going to just make a tag for this day. And we got every color under the sun on this page. So I'm thinking this red is close enough to this red that if we play on the red, that will be okay. So let me, and I didn't do a big red. I only did a small red. Well, this one was supposed to be red and it came out pink. So let me dive into my package here, because right on the top I have solid color. I didn't want to open it ahead of time because I wasn't sure. I've had this for a while. And I wasn't sure, and I didn't want it open if I wasn't going to use it. Now, I could take just the solid red card, the grid paper, and make a tag that way, but it's not going to be very stiff. We could back it with white paper, but why do that when I already have a solid red? Well, now I have two of them. That's okay. So we're going to make a larger pocket out of this one. I think this will be okay on this page. What do you think? And let me move this. I just want to see for giggles. Yeah, that adds a hot mess to that, doesn't it? I don't know how I'm going to use that. We had some really great suggestions in the comments in the video about like even punches and things like that. That green didn't quite get dark enough, and that teal isn't going to match. So let me move these to the side so that I can get my cutter back out. Or wait, I want my ruler first. And I haven't asked, how are you? No. I don't need, it's not necessary. I would do it if that was all I had. Ruler. Where would you have gone? Oh, here's the green. Wait a minute. Here's the green sweater paper. That might, it's a little lighter than that, but we'll use one or the other. And I don't know. I also have some plaid, like cardstock. Like, if it were just this page, I would use that in a heartbeat. But we've got this page over here. And I just don't know that okay, wait a minute. This one actually might look good with all of them. Is that too much? Am I showing you or am I blocking you? Let's pull it out just in case. And then I have some other that has like just red and white, red and green stripes. I have just green plaid, green trees. I have this green, that's too light a green. That's pretty. I don't know, like I said, I'm just afraid. Like this one to me would be considered a solid. And I like this, so I'm going to pull this. And I'm stalling because I can't find my ruler. Yep. If you couldn't tell. Alright, where's the other one? I know I have a backup ruler. Well, here's one of those. I know it's under here. Let me just find it. Hold on. Let's see. I've got one of these little plastic kids rulers. I'm sure I put it in this little thing right here, and it's heavy, so it sinks down and I just can't see it. Or it just fell off the desk. But either way, here we are. We have a nice little plastic ruler. I don't have to tear anything, so I'm not worried about it. And I have to make sure you're in frame. Dang, we're 30 minutes in already. Okay, so I want this to be about 7 inches tall. That's kind of awkward. Let's go 8. That leaves us, well, do we like this one? Or are we going to be brave and do this one? Eek, 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 eek. I don't know. That might be too much for my brain. Suddenly I'm not necessarily in love with this bright solid red. I have options now. I kind of like this sweater one. I would put it this, well, I guess it does need to go this way. Okay, so I'm going to cut 4 inches off of it, which gives us an 8-inch. No, I better open it this way. So I want to cut 4 inches off the top. Or I'm just going to cut it at 8 inches, which is cutting 4 inches off the top. Oop. Well, that blade drug quicker than I thought it was going to. Okay, now this would be, if I use this as a 4x6, it would be sideways pattern, but I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. This is... Oh, it's right here. I set the other paper on top of it. Thank you, little Office Depot ruler. Plastic pink ruler. Okie dokie. And then I need to cut... Well, I mean, I could have up to an 8x8 pocket on this one, but I don't want to. I'm going to probably cut it at 5, which is kind of an awkward... Let's keep it at 4. It gets awkward when you're cutting... Because on a 12x12 paper, you can have a 4-inch, you can have 3 4-inch pockets, right? But if you cut 5, you only get 2, and then you get this random 2-inch piece. So I'm going to cut this at 4. I think it will be fine. And I don't know why that slid like it did, but it did. And we'll see if it looks big enough. It may not even match. We might not even like it. It barely shows, right? So, let's do this. Well. I'm going to cut, because this is a 8.5 by 11 paper, I'm going to cut a 5.5-inch strip. So this would be, I'm cutting it in half. And this would be an 8.5 by 5.5-inch tag. So we could have 2 tags. I'm not ready to commit to that, so I'm not going to glue that down. It's going to be not the next page I work on. It's going to be in the next video. So, yeah. So I'm going to leave that there. And that green matches well enough with this green that I'm okay with those pages. We didn't do this one yet. I still need to figure out if I'm going to... I probably need to washi some of those, because, see, I didn't do those. But I will do that when I'm journaling that page, I think. So let's see what we can do with this one. If I don't lose my ruler and my cut trimmer are on the thing to my right. So when I tell you I lost my ruler, it's to my right. This is the 6th. So let's just go ahead and paper clip this together before I end up losing all the loose stuff in journal, and it just ends up bouncing around, especially in this big of a journal. That will help that. I'm not trying to do every page. What I wanted to do is just mass make some tags, but it's turned into a very specific tag making section. But I hope you're enjoying it. I don't know. Okay, for example, like this one, if I had a solid color pocket, I would use this as a tag. Like right here. Except again, this is day 7. And did we skip all the way? We skipped to 8. Why did we do that? I don't know. But anyway, this is on purpose. So we have blue-green numbers. I think I'm going to be brave and do this. Now, I could either use this as the pocket or the tag. So, look, I already have, well, I've got that side, and I've got this side. This is already cut down for me. So, I don't have to cut this down. There's not a lot of red in that one. There's more of the teal. I'm looking to see if any of these patterns would match, but I'm not seeing anything that would. This red, but it's going to be too wide for that pocket. I'm going to do a tip in. Let's just stick to making some tags. Let's do that. Let's make, that's a pocket for that day, if I want it. And I can do a solid red, but I want to make a tag out of this one. I want to make a couple tags out of this one, because I think this one will be a good, nope, it needs to go this way. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. I'm cutting it in half, because I'm cutting a page full of 4x6. Well, I'm going to cut this down to 6 inches, and this to 6, and then I'm going to cut these into 4 inches, so that I have 6x4 tags. And I'm going to go ahead and make a couple of these, or 3 of them to be exact, since I already had that paper out. And oh, you know what? It just occurred to me. Might look good with this one. What about that? Nope. I mean, I was a little quick to go nope. The green doesn't really either. That's kind of a teal green. But let's pretend we're going to use these as tags. Let's set that to the side. And I want to decorate these. So I want I wish this gave a wider tag punch, but it doesn't. I know the little trick where you cut this and then you flip it over, and mine still never turn out right. So I got this little, it's a 3, it's kind of like a corner rounder except flat edges, like for a tag. And then I can punch a hole here, and I'm going to put maybe some of this through it. I don't know, I wish it would open up. I should have ironed it. Well, who's going to iron seam binding? I thought it would get more wrinkly in the process, even with it being cotton. But it really didn't. And it hasn't frayed. It hasn't anything. Any of those good things. But I do have some Sorry Silk coming tomorrow. It's listed in my Amazon store. And would match these perfectly. But so does this. So I think I'm going to use some of this. I'm just trying to figure out how much I want to use. Not those scissors. There we go. And I need a... Is that the right one? Yeah, this is the slot hole punch. I probably need to link this one too. It's hard to get it. It's really not. You center it. I just always do it too close to the top. You can see the little thing. I've got it partially pushed, so it's going right there. I think the thing is, it's because it's a line, it's a slot, you can tell if you miss the mark. I think you can just tell easier than with a circle. like it could be crooked like that. And so I think that's why it looks like it's harder to get right. And I think I'm just going to do this. It's kind of a dull. It kind of came out a very dull red. Ooh, that's not very even at all. Let's see. See if I can add some more to this side. I did. And do I need to double knot that? Possibly. And then I'm wondering if I could take my scissors or something and fray it. It is vintage seam binding. I could show you the package, but it's not, I want to try this. Should have done this before I put it on the tag, but here, open up. Open up, open up. I want to fray you. It's not good. Yeah, it is. Little bit. Little bit. Okay, that's good enough before I tear my page. Okay, so there's one pocket like that. I can put the hidden behind it. I would probably use this teal because the teal is a dominant color on there. Although on the back side it really doesn't matter. I could use the red that I already used. What I used? Green already? Yeah, I'm definitely not going to use the green. Oh, this one got torn a good bit because I left the blue in for a long time. I had done the red batch first, and I let me see. Oh, I should have done it right away. Well, that didn't. Okay, that just tore off. And I went ahead and put the blue in, and so it ended up being, let me just cut 3 inches off of that. Let me try to do it straight. That's going to be kind of hard. Line that line up there, maybe. I don't have the thing down here to make it even, so I'm trying to line the line of the graph paper up to my, yeah, I did pretty good with it. Okay, not too bad. I can still use this as a journaling spot, and maybe I need to make some journaling spots soon. And let's shove that down there. So what did I think I did 3.5. Let's do 4 on, no, these are 4 inches wide, aren't they? So it can't be 4. I almost did it again. No, 3.5 is as wide as I can go. I could do a 3-inch strip, but I'll do 3.5. Okay. And then we'll do the same on here. And like I said, you can glue it all the way down, or you can glue part of it down and fold it. So I'm going to glue, like, this is graph paper, so and I left my art glitter glue open. Yikes. How mad is it at me? It's pretty mad. It's not happy. So have any of y'all tried these? I forget to mention this in videos, but I do have a Facebook group. Probably those of you who stay with me through the whole video are already in my Facebook group, but just in case you're not, I do have a Facebook group, and you can share your projects, or I post, like right now I have a Facebook only Etsy sale going in the Facebook group, and I need to start mentioning this at the beginning of the videos, as well as to tell you how much I appreciate you being here. And that is very, oh, no. Here, we got to glue a little bit more down because I tore that one little strip. Okay. There was no moving, no wiggle room with the art glitter glue. So creasing that there, and creasing that here. I mean, you could do as long of these as you want. You could just back the whole thing with it, or you don't have to do anything. If this is sufficient writing for you, then you don't need this. But there's some days where I want that extra journaling, especially when I have such busy pages. So I'm going to, I think I'm gonna make a pocket out of this. How wide is this? Let me get my trimmer back out. This is 5.5 inches. So that would be big enough. Or I saved this one for another tuck. Excuse me. I can take 3 inches off of it. That will make this 8.5 by probably 5, I guess. I don't know. I was making a pocket for this one. Oop, come back. Right? Yeah, let's just do it. Okay. That's done. That's just an awkward size piece of paper is the only problem. So here I have a pocket that matches that. And it's not too plain, but it's not too busy. So I don't know where we're going to put that one. So we're just going to leave that one to the side in our little pile. That one we made specifically for that one page because that was that pink, the only pink page I had in there. I'm going to leave this one on this day. And how wide is this? I didn't leave it very, yeah, 5 1/4 by 5 1/2. So that's not really, but it would go. I'll leave these two on this page. We're not gonna doll that one up. We're gonna just leave them on this page and see if we use them that day. If not, we might create something that we like even more. And by we, I mean me. I don't have a mouse in my pocket. I don't know if you've ever heard that expression. Okay, let's do one of these with the green, the actual green and red. I do have a couple of those pages. Well, this is one of them. So this one I could do like a pocket. Let me see. I want to use these for pockets as much as I can. I know there's okay, that one already has the same pattern. What is the other side? Oh, the Santa. Okay. So I have, oh, this is pretty. Oh, squirrel. Love it when it works out. That's pretty. It's general enough. I mean, I think we could use, oh, but it does have a flip right here. Well, let's go ahead and make a pocket up. Look at this one. Does that look bad with that caroler's face cut off like that? Or that how, I just don't know if I'm going to use that one or not. This pattern is over here on the flip. How bad does that look with that? I don't think it looks bad. I think it looks better than the caroler with the face cut off. But we're going to cut this one down anyway. I want to see where 6 inches lies. It gets the whole point, almost the whole poinsettia, and then this looks like a holly berry leaf. So it's oh, look at that one. It's a gift. No, I think I like this one better for that one. Or this one, but no, I like that. So I'm going to leave that one in that page, and then we'll need a tuck for in here. It's probably going to have to be not that green. I need a deeper green, which I'm sure I have. This is going to save time on my videos. This has an off-white background, so let's see if we can find... This is just... this is not the same book that I had open earlier. Oh, but that's not a bad pattern either. Not a bad pattern at all. Okay, let's take that one out, because we'll probably use it. Let's see, I don't want to use that one. That's directional, and it's too busy. I was looking for something with... Okay, this has light and dark green, but it's got a white background. I think all these have a white back. No. I do like that, and I want to use that for something. So I'm going to go ahead and take it out. I have my card making stuff set up on my kitchen table now that Thanksgiving is over. And I can have the table for my card making, my Christmas card making. So I took these from the table in the kitchen. So I just want to take anything that I think I might want to use for tags. This one should be good. Okay, can y'all see? And it's almost time to go. Oh my goodness. Too bright, too dark. There's that one again. Ooh, I only have, do I have one of those or two? Okay, I have two, so I'm going to take that one because that one might get used. The buffalo check, we already used that one. That one's too light, darn it. Too light. This will match some of the other papers better, though. I might should take, no, well, I'll remember it's here. Ooh, there's pink. Kind of busy. Remember, it's going over here, or is it going here? I don't remember if we were going to make a tuck or a... I like that one, except it is a white background. And this is a... Let me see. Is that the last one? Do I have more? I do. Well, you know I do. These are just my 8.5 by 11 pages. And I'm glad to use them. Okay, this Santa theme isn't going to match this book. That green would match some of the other pages, so I'm going to take it out. If I don't use these pages that I take out, I will use them in, no, too bright. We already used that. This one, here we go. What do we think about this? But I'll take them back in there and use them as cards. So this matches not the flip. We might have to do this. Oh, I already made a, okay, but the pocket's going over here. We may have to turn this flip over here. I don't know. We'll see. But, because I just don't know. Then that's not going to match. That still isn't going to match anyway. I think it's too busy. This one right here, I think would do okay as a tuck, like, or a pocket here if we used, because see, this one matches okay. So let's take, it's 8.5 inches tall. Let's go 4 inches. That's a tall, skinny tag, isn't it? If I use it as a tuck, I'm going to want 5.5 or 5. Yeah. Let's just cut it in half. 5.5. And we'll put it. I don't know that I like it. I hate that it's against this pink right here and then the rest of it, but I'm going to tuck this right here. And we're going to see if we end up using that on this page at all. And then this one should be easy. Let's see what we're going to do. I'm not ready for Christmas yet. Has anybody... this has a flip, so I know this is going to need a tuck. Something like this should work as a tuck for this one. Not with that page right there, though. This is going to be... No, it's not. This is actually going to be my mother's-in-law's birthday, I think. So I need something not Christmas. I should have put something not Christmas related right here. Oh, no, well, too late. This would have been a better choice for her. But look, our blue. Oh, look, we get to use the blue. And let's cut up. You want to cut up the masterboard? We're already way into time on here. Let's see about cutting up this masterboard. Now, I don't know. I know people do this blind, but like without looking, but to me it went this way. So I'm going to cut it in half. Am I? If I do that, then I can do 4x6 tags. If I cut it at 6 and I don't like it as tags, I could cut those in half and make pockets. Just do it. You can make another one. Okay. So I'm just going to pick this side. Not, and yeah, not on this page. Okay, I'm going to cut these down to tags and just see what they look like. And just, they may get saved for January or something like that. I don't know. Anyway. But I had fun making the masterboard. And I did it totally random. I was not trying to match any color scheme, clearly. But I do think this may match my January journal a lot better than any of this. But let's go ahead and decorate them. Let's close this because this is clashing behind my eyeballs. Let's do that and that. And let's find... Oh, my squeaky stool. I want some... I just switched gears on you if you didn't notice. Well, I don't know what color we would want to pull out of there. We don't have a lot of gold. I have a feeling this is not going to be a tag for this journal. So I would probably play on the blue, which I already put up. Although I could play on that blue and those are little blue with snowmen. And this might be a horse for another day too, or a tag for another day, or a project for another day. Oh, look what I do have though. Look. Okay, we would definitely have to get. Do we want silver or blue, or both? Y'all, I got all these to make paper clips, and then I was so dizzy for so long, I didn't end up getting to make any. And I'm so sad. Okay, so this definitely makes it holiday-ish. Right? I have it in green and red, too. The red definitely isn't going to match. The green would make it... But the blue, in January, I'm going to use blue and... Probably blue and aqua and silver. So... What if we did... that right there? I don't know. That's pretty bold. Pretty bold, pretty bold. I could always untie it. Where is just a hole punch? If I were a hole punch, where would I be? Right here. Okay, let's put it far enough down. Oh, I forgot to center it. That That might be too blue. I might have to go with the silver. It's got this little bit of gray right here. And so, let me cut. Ooh, it's getting tinsel everywhere. Oh my goodness gracious. Do I tie it or do I loop it? I think I have to tie it at this point. And I can only tie it one time. And I think that's all I'll need. And like I said, I can always come back and change it if I choose not to use it. But it definitely turned something that was not holiday-ish or themed or seasonal into something that was sparkly and seasonal. So I'm going to put that one up there. And, oh, we are way over time. I have gold. That would be just a general for this one because it's got the gold. Let me do that and write that over. How long? I'm just trying to figure out where to cut it. Like that. Right about there. And that pulls out those gold polka dots really well. And who knows, maybe I can incorporate this one into my Christmas journal. Where'd you go? Here, oh, it's not even. And I didn't do this. Not that that really matters, but it makes it look like, okay, it says, hey, this is the top of the tag. Okay, let me cut this a little bit. This one got bent. It's not curly ribbon, but it sure is curly. Okay, that definitely pulls out the gold polka dots in that one. So, yay, we made tags with our masterboard. And I suppose I should let y'all go. I did not get as far as I wanted to with tags in the journal, but I sit here and make some to my little heart's content, I reckon. That is not the same red. I don't think I'm going to have that red. It's a orangier red. But that's kind of what's in the journal. So, anyway, I will sit here and play. I'm going to make probably some tags out of these two. And you can tell me in the comments if you want me to bring you along for that. I can't tell if that was the teal or the green. Oh, I guess it was the green. And I do have this color ribbon, though. And so, let me know if you want me to bring you along for the tag, or more tags, or pockets, or journaling spots, or whatever. Okay? And I'm going to quit yammering for right now. Just for right now. I'll keep yammering some other time. That wouldn't look bad with that one. But anyway. Alright, y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. And I so appreciate you being here. And if you watch the video all the way through, I give you hugs. And leave me a thumbs up if you made it all the way through. Alright, I appreciate you. And I hope you're having a great December. And I hope that... I'm going to hush now. Y'all have a great day. Bye.